Ladies and gents, welcome to Six Figs. I'm Kyle, and we're going to be talking about DeSo. And I've got two great guests on with me today. We've got Ash from DeSo and William Laurent, who has been an amazing co-host with me for the last few months. So welcome, guys, to the channel. Ash, if you could please tell the audience a little bit about yourself, what you do, what DeSo is about, that would be great.
Yeah, Kyle, thank you so much for having me on. My name is Ash, and I lead growth marketing for the DeSo Foundation. It's a custom built layer one blockchain designed to scale decentralized social media apps to billions of users. And it's basically, to put it simply, it's a social layer for crypto. It actually can be a social layer for the internet as well. And why that's like so impactful is there's no native incentive layer for social media right now. Social media uh, is powered by the ads driven business model. So basically, advertisers pay money to the social platforms to run ads and capture attention and sell products. And creators get little to no income from that. And they generally have to grind for years before they get any sort of cut. What DeSo does is it essentially flips that on its head, and it gives creators the power to earn and build digital leverage up front. So there's all sorts of different money native features. You can make money like creator coins, native tipping, NFTs, creator funds, and you could fund your content creation journey just like a startup would fund their next big idea.
Yeah, that's awesome. And we're going to be talking about DeSo in this video, folks. This is not a paid or sponsored video. I want to get that out of the way. We are having DeSo on today because I'm kind of bullish on what it is that they have going for various reasons that we'll cover in this video. So like you said, it is a platform that is focused on basically freeing creators of influence from advertising, from these platforms themselves. So that I am very bullish on. We've seen a lot of creators build these massive audiences and get silenced and things like that over and over and over again. I don't think we'll ever see that stop, and really it doesn't really appear that there is going to be any sign of that slowing down. So when it comes down to like decentralized social media, I think that this stuff is going to be very important going forward in the future to combat all of that stuff. So yeah, it's an interesting chain to say the least, folks. We're just kind of check this out on CoinGecko, ranked 216. That's damn good. I like to look at all the top coins within like the top 500 projects. Really, in my opinion, top 500, you're going to find some very serious contenders in there. Total supply 10.8 mil with 10.5 circulating. So that is pretty cool to say the least. When I looked at your dashboard here, the DeSo Explorer, I noticed that you guys are absolutely killing it as far as the monthly users go, especially like within the last day. I can speak for myself as far as like social media and YouTube goes, that once the bear market hits, it's very tough. The amount of viewership plummets like the bear market prices do. So we're starting to kind of feel like this new bullish momentum kind of re-enter the market. And so to me, this graph illustrates that perfectly. And so I can't wait to see what this looks like in another 30 days or 60 days, 3 months out. So yeah, this is good stuff. I really love this Explorer and how easy this is to just look at all these different metrics. It's great. You just don't find that a lot with some of these
Yeah.
other machines.
We designed it to be like human readable. If you compare it to a lot of other block explorers, it's like it's built for robots. It's like very hard on the eyes. You can't really understand what's going on. And we're like basically the first social network and social layer that is providing radical transparency, so you can look at the data under the hood and see exactly what's going on. Like Zuck would never let you look behind the curtains of his server farms to see what's going on because he knows what he's doing back there. But with the DeSo Social Block Explorer, you can check all the data for yourself and see what's going on. And if you're a creator or a user, you can really optimize the experience to maximize your income or basically build a community on chain. You can see who's the most engaging. You can see how much people are making. So you can basically mimic what they're doing so you can scale faster as a creator. And there's all sorts of other use cases that'll pop up as the chain gets bigger. For example, um, if we have like 10 million users and we need to like moderate stuff or catch some sort of like questionable people on chain trying to scam people, you can do that very, very easily on the DeSo Block Explorer. On top of that, like we're entering an age of AI. And with AI, we do have some threats like deep fakes and stuff like that. And it's going to be really a lot harder to tell what's a deep fake and what's a scam. Like imagine if you have an open social network and you can kind of like look at the data. And if there's anomalies or weirdness in the data, you can make a judgment call from there. And your reputation and your identity is built into the DeSo blockchain. So if you want to build an audience or community, it behooves you to act in kind of like a more ethical manner. Otherwise, everything's on chain, right? So like if you do something questionable, you can track it all in real time.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you mentioned everything's on chain. One thing that when I was kind of doing my own research on DeSo, it's very cheap to store data on chain, which I'm a big fan of. I don't like to see a lot of these like other chains how they will go and basically sign deals with like Amazon and Google and Microsoft, just to name a few, to like store their data and stuff like that. Um,
Yeah.
it's
So
very cheap to store on DeSo.
yeah, I mean, we're like 17,000 times cheaper than Solana and
Yeah.
about 5 million times cheaper than Ethereum. And on DeSo, we're still cheaper than most of the layer twos to post and interact. So if you want to talk
Mhm.
about, we're trying to scale a social network to millions of users to like Twitter scale. You can't really do that if you're getting charged 10 cents a post, 5 cents a post, $10 a post, or anything like that. You're going to keep hitting a ceiling. So what the founder of DeSo did, he kind of designed that with that idea in mind. And we call this an infinite state blockchain. And basically, what that means is the state is always changing and you have to store a new state constantly. Whereas you have these other general purpose blockchains that were maybe built for DeFi, they're finite state. DeFi applications are different because you really only need to store the beginning and ending balance of your wallet, right? You don't need to store likes, tweets, follows, retweets, anything like that, images and stuff.
Mhm.
So they're just not, they never were designed for social media. They were designed to decentralize the financial system, which is a completely different problem to solve as compared to decentralizing social media.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm also in love with the current transaction fees. And as somebody that has been fooling around with Ethereum for a very long time and Bitcoin, I can tell you that nothing drives me more crazy than dealing with some high gas fee to like send an NFT or something. I've
Yeah.
paid $100 just to send, probably more. I mean, I've made probably and I guess I've made probably an uncountable number of transactions on Ethereum, and I've spent thousands of dollars guaranteed making those transactions. But the current transaction fee on DeSo 0.000304. I mean, I'm just doing some quick math here, and I mean that's like, I mean, for a penny, you could make 33,000 transactions.
Yeah, actually, if you
It's
join DeSo
crazy.
if you go to wallet.deso.com and you sign up, we'll airdrop you a tiny amount of DeSo that'll last you for like years practically, thousands of transactions, and you never really need to swap into it, or like with Ethereum, you're always adding more because it's $25, $50 a transaction. With DeSo, you don't have to worry about that. You can get started on your DeSo journey for free, basically.
Right, right. Yeah, so that's I'm super bullish on that, and I feel like as crypto expands throughout the years, into all these different sectors like social media, finance, real estate, there's going to be this humongous barrier of entry known as these oversized gas fees. So I think that this really helps break down that barrier of entry, to say the least. So
Yeah.
that is pretty cool. Another thing that I saw you guys had going for you, when I look at these projects, one thing that I look at primarily is, how long can they last? How long can they stay afloat? And you've got some incredible investors here. I recognize all of them. And one thing I was reading was that you guys have like 17 years of runway or something like that, which I thought was very impressive. So when people start thinking about like, well, what does this look long term? Are they going to run out of money in 6 months or 17 years in your case? That's reassuring to me that that this is something that no matter where this thing goes, it's got 17 years of runway. So
Yeah, I mean, a lot of crypto startups, they kind of have to play the short game because they're not well funded, or they don't, their treasury isn't intact, or they have a short runway. The founder of DeSo, he's really well known, Nader Al-Naji. He's a crypto veteran, and how he's managed things over the bear market was actually just like brilliant, is as far as it goes to managing a startup and scaling a startup. And he's positioned us in a really, really good spot. And basically, we have a lot of maneuvering room to play this game of launching killer apps, and optimizing our infrastructure and keep improving. Whereas, other startups might not have that opportunity because they might be running out. So,
mhm. Yeah, it's a big problem. You see a lot of these projects, they get hit the ground running, and bear market hits, and guess what? They're all out of funding. See you
well,
bye.
I mean, the last 2 years were a bloodbath for even just regular tech. You saw
Right.
WeWork plummet. You saw all these tech companies that raised massive amounts of money and they went underwater. And we were able to maneuver that by because of the smart moves by our founder. So
Yeah, that's awesome. Off to some of these apps you guys have, and we're just gonna. I mean, there's hundreds of apps built out on DeSo. We're just gonna be kind of covering a handful in this, just to get Ash's overview. And I know William Lawrence has spoken to me very highly over the years that I've known him about DeSo and how some of this stuff runs. So, Will, feel free to chime in on your experiences with some of this stuff as well. But one thing I noticed when I was kind of checking out the chain was Diamond. And this is, it reminds me a lot of like Twitter, but you guys have built some other things into it, like creator coins, things like that. I don't know if you wanted to expand on that or some of the other capabilities, with Diamond, maybe D-Social World, and we'll cover a couple of these other apps as well.
yeah, so just so you have some context, how social media started 20 years ago was open. Basically, anybody could build on top of it. There's a lot more innovation. And then the big social networks, they started making so much money, so they wanted to defend their moat. And basically, their stakeholders and advertisers told them to do that. So they closed down the social networks, and it kind of killed innovation in the space. And they basically dragged their feet. They had no reason to really pay creators at all. And meanwhile, the creator economy was scaling around it, and these creators were making money, but there was a lot of friction and grind up front. Like really, you had to have a massive audience to sell products and services or get any sort of ad revenue share. And what DeSo did is, like I mentioned at the beginning, it's created this incentive layer for the internet and crypto as a whole, and for social media, basically. So what we have are money native features built into the DeSo blockchain, so creators and users can monetize because your content is valuable. Your content is an asset. It should be an asset like Bitcoin where you can earn and own. And that's essentially what you can do with DeSo. And on Diamond app, if you sign up and you get your free starter DeSo, you can start posting. And if you scroll down a little bit, uh, you'll you can see right here there's little diamond icons next to
Oh,
it. And if you click one of those, you can tip a different amount of diamonds, and these are denominated basically in DeSo. So that big diamond was worth a lot less uh, not too long ago. So it's like you could imagine if you're here during the bear market and you're earning a bunch of diamonds, it actually could be very lucrative for you. And essentially it gives you another way to earn besides just like getting likes and clout and retweets and stuff like that. You can actually monetize your content on DeSo very, very easily. And then the other thing is if you click on the Krasensteins right there,
oh yeah.
yeah, click on them. They have a creator coin. You see, each one of their coins is worth $874, right? So if you click out of that X right there
Okay.
and then click on like the black lettering where it says Krasenstein,
Yeah.
and go scroll down a little bit, go to their creator coin right there.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so that's basically their cap table. That's like who holds Krasenstein coin. And all these people bought Krasenstein. You can see someone over there bought $35,000 worth, another person 16, 11. And the Krasensteins could earn a cut of all those sales essentially to fund their creative pursuits and fund their content creation. That's just not possible in crypto or in social media today in Web 2. And they can set a percentage to earn a cut of every buy. And for example, they could set it at 10%, 20%. They have it at 10%. That's their founder's reward. So they get 10% of every single creator coin buy. So if it's like, 10,000 bucks, they get 1,000. They can run campaigns around their creator coins. And it's just another way to monetize. So imagine if, I don't know if you listen much to Mr. Beast, but Mr. Beast, it took him 7 years of creating videos before he bought some nice equipment because he didn't have any money. And then once he bought nice equipment and started making money, he kept reinvesting his earnings back into his content. And then that's how you saw him scale. And now he's this multi-millionaire with multiple businesses. Like it took him 7 years to get there. Imagine from day one, if Mr. Beast, if DeSo was around back then, he just started on DeSo and he was just like, hey, I want to be a creator. I'm going to take X amount of cut for my creator coin. I'm going to reinvest it in my content creation. How much faster he could have become a professional creator. So that's like the power of DeSo. And it allows you to create digital leverage that really isn't possible in Web2 social media.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm in love with this idea as far as being able to create your own coin to basically, you know, self-fund your endeavors. And if you've got a strong community that's willing to back you, that just expedites the whole process. And, I've been doing YouTube for a long time, probably since like 2015. My channel at the very beginning started off as like a drone channel. And I can remember I was using like old cameras that I had just to make these videos, and YouTube ad rev was very slow.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And so one of the problems I was having was I was able to get the ad revenue, but YouTube's like $100 cap. I'd only be able to earn that like every 4 or 5 months. I'd get
Wow.
$100 check from them, and of course that's changed over the years. But to be able to have something like this at the very beginning would have certainly helped. So
Definitely.
very unique feature that that I do like to see. I'm gonna have to play around with this a little bit more.
Sure.
Um, but yeah, so desocial world, is that the pretty much the same thing as Diamond, or is this something
Yeah.
totally different then?
So it's similar. The thing about desocial world, it basically translates DeSo into multiple different languages, and they have like other stuff like post to earn DAO, where it's like this DAO where it's like a innovative new way for advertisers to get in front of people, but it also rewards creators, the most engaged creators. So it's like a win-win situation. And DeSocial World is an example of what you can build on an open social network. So imagine if Twitter or Meta said, "Hey, here's a layer, a social layer. You can build whatever you want on it, and competing teams could join in and build different apps." And that's essentially what DeSocial World is. It's like the result of that. So they have a different product roadmap than we do. We have a different product roadmap. We launched some of our products as well on chain to kind of showcase what we can do on DeSo and attract more developers. But yeah, DeSocial World is the same but slightly different.
Yeah, that's cool. And I've seen that you guys there's some other cool things going on, Hero Swap, and I just kind of wanted to talk about. I noticed that you guys are connected to a whole bunch of other chains. Are you guys going to be expanding to other chains or bridging to other networks or anything like that?
Yeah,
What does that look like?
so I think this is a good segue into like our overarching strategy. We're very non-tribal
Hmm.
and we are building cross-chain. And we built HeroSwap because DeSo was an isolated chain. It's a non-EVM chain. It's completely custom built for social media. And we were kind of on an island, right? So we wanted an easy way to onboard users and liquidity in and out of DeSo. So we built HeroSwap and we turned it into a product. And it's actually starting to really take off. We have several apps on Sui who have embedded it to
Nice.
use it for that. We have apps on Solana, apps on Avalanche, and we have several more who are inquiring about embedding HeroSwap as well. So it's a swap, but it's more than anything, it makes it easy for users to navigate cross-chain to DeSo, to Avalanche, Ethereum, Bitcoin. For example, if we had somebody the other day on the Sui team who wanted to buy Sui, but he all he had was Bitcoin and he didn't know how to swap Bitcoin for Sui. We have the Bitcoin swap. Not many people have it. It's instant. It's anonymous. It's no login, and it usually takes under 10 seconds. And you just add your wallet address, and then you send some Bitcoin to another address, and then 10 seconds later you'll have it. So
That's sick. Yeah,
yeah.
that is sick. So you gonna, are there like any plans? Is there any way to like incorporate like a DEX or anything into this down the line or
So
um
that's our other app, Open Fund.
oh, got it.
We actually do have a DEX. It's if you go to trade right there.
Ah,
Yeah, it's we have DeSo DEX. It's a fully on-chain order book exchange.
nice.
And this is kind of like a V1. We haven't fully optimized it yet,
Okay.
but we added wrapped assets on the left. If you'll see there, there's wrapped Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. And it's going to be a fully functioning DEX where you can trade all those assets. You can trade all those assets today. There's just not much liquidity yet until
Sure.
we go full scorched earth on the marketing. However, that's kind of how it Open Fund plays like a very important part in the DeSo ecosystem because we're going to draw in liquidity from all these other chains. That's going to boost the TVL. And then Open Fund, you can actually launch projects on Open Fund. So startups can raise funds on Open Fund as well. So
Okay. Yeah, very cool, very cool. Yeah, I like this being able to do this. I mean, it'd be very easy to jump from like Hero Swap over to Open Fund. So very
yeah.
cool stuff. I
So
totally missed the decks in here.
yeah. So if you go to Wallet too, we've embedded Open Fund. If you want to buy DeSo, let's see. There's like a buy DeSo, go up. Let's see. maybe it's not here, but we have Hero
Yeah, right
Swap.
here.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah. So that's basically Hero Swap. Hero Swap powers all these buys
Okay,
essentially.
interesting.
And if you go to like these a Solana NFT exchange, one of the most popular ones has Hero Swap embedded. An Avalanche NFT exchange has it embedded as well. So it's basically building an easy cross-chain highway for all these chains to swap liquidity and for people to navigate and everything.
Yeah, that's awesome. Avalanche and Solana have been really making some waves lately. So I think that being connected to them, everybody can kind of benefit. So
Yeah,
that's very cool. So,
definitely.
but yeah, I mean, you got the DeSo wallet here. One thing I wanted to talk to people about was that when I created a DeSo wallet, I was able to do so with like my Google account. Just log right in and drop me my seed phrase, wrote it down, and off to the races I go. So it was like, it took me like under 30 seconds
Yeah.
to create.
Yeah.
So it was really a painless experience.
We're big UX maxis at DeSo. We're optimized. We
Mm,
think great UX is going to win. So everything we do has user experience in mind.
yeah, no, I've definitely noticed that. So that's like, kind of getting back to like the beginning of our conversation too, when we talk about like these barrier to entries, like we need our we need people that can log into their Google account. We need them to be able to log in and create a new wallet. This just was as easy. So
Yep.
that's crazy. Yeah, I really liked it. You guys got some plans for 2024 then?
Yeah. Yeah. So we've just really been shipping all bear market. I know that's
Sure.
kind of a meme to say you've been building all bear market, but we actually did build stuff and we shipped a lot of updates. And now it's going to culminate with our two biggest updates, which is Revolution Proof of Stake.
Okay.
And that's basically going to make us one of the most deflationary protocols in existence. It's going to make DeSo deflationary. It's going to allow you
Awesome.
to stake your DeSo, and it's going to create 1 second finality. And on top of that, it's going to introduce new creator monetization, strategies. For example, it's like right now you see everybody's hunting for airdrops and earning yield. They just leave their
Mhm.
tokens there. Imagine if you staked your DeSo and then to earn, you just had to post. So you post to earn instead of just, staking and leaving it there. So it's more interactive, it's more engaging. It adds a new innovation to social media, which is essentially what our philosophy is at DeSo, is bringing innovation back to social media.
Yeah, that's sick. I like that. And you said deflationary, so like right now is DeSo mineable right now? Or
Yeah, yeah. So it's a
okay,
it's a proof of work blockchain because our founder is a Bitcoin maxi.
yeah.
Well, he's not really a maxi. He's not like those crazy maxis. He just loves Bitcoin,
Yeah,
mining it in his dorm room at Princeton.
nice.
And
Okay.
so DeSo is actually inspired by Bitcoin, but we're moving to proof of stake, so it's more
Okay.
energy efficient and everything. So
Nice.
yeah, it's technically mineable, but you really you don't have that much too much longer to mine it because
Okay.
transition's like just around the corner. So
Okay, because I
yeah,
got I got like 6 miners going here, and I'm like, okay, I might have
yeah. I
to
don't know.
to
I don't think it's worth your time right now. So
okay. Well, dang. And you mentioned some of like the deflationary aspects. So is there going to be like a some sort of like token burn mechanism, or is it just going to slow down? I guess like getting back to like that total supply, is that like the total supply, or is there any, um,
yeah.
is
So
that total supply going to like decrease then?
um I I can't like release any details on
Oh,
Revolution Stake. Yeah, I
got it.
can't talk about that yet, but there are like some features like without getting too deep into the technical weeds, the burn maximizing fee algorithm,
Hmm.
dynamic block reward, liquid bonding, hypersync bootstrapping. I know this is like really a lot of jargon, but it's essentially designed to make it deflationary without getting too deep into the technical weeds. Yeah, I mean, it's just around the corner. I can't talk about it too much, but there's a white paper that
Okay.
I can kind of share with people if they want to dig in further.
Okay.
And it has all the technical implementation. It talks about how it becomes deflationary, how you can stake it, but the finer details beyond that, we can't release that just yet because it's a big one. So
I I
yeah.
got it. I got it. And I'm gonna just share your Twitter handle here. So that's why you guys need to follow Ash at Invest in Digital on Twitter. And William, can you speak about like some of your experiences on DeSo? Because Will has been telling me for like probably the last year about DeSo and like all these apps he's using and like all the people he's met
Yeah.
over the last like year or two.
Yeah. As we head into a crypto bull market, we're also heading into an NFT bull market. So let's talk a little bit about the NFTs on DeSo. And if I could just share my screen here,
Yep, 100%. Let me activate
because
that.
I want to show you why DeSo is so unique and such an amazing gamification of NFTs here, commingling that with the social aspect. Um, okay, give me
Yeah,
a second here. All
should
right,
be
so let me
able
just
to.
pull up. I'm gonna pull up an example here real quick. So here's an NFT that I created. This was in the first week when back when the platform was still called BitClout, right? When DeSo launched the NFT functionality. So here was an NFT that I created. I have some text. I used to do these philosophy type of blurbs and then put my art. And I came onto DeSo initially to show my art, right? To have an outlet. And then all of a sudden with the NFTs, I was able to monetize that. And you see here that I put 20 of these for sale. All of these, you can see here, all these are all the owners. So you might recognize some of these names. These are all the people that bought that NFT. There was only 20 made. You see the prices that they were sold for. Now, if DeSo goes back to its all-time high, I'm a small creator. I mean, you see that's going to add up to some nice money right there, right?
Hmm.
I can now these have all gone, either people hold them in their wallets or they put them on sale on the aftermarket, right? So I can continue to earn royalties just like I could on OpenSea or any of the other platforms. But what I love about this is that I can monetize from the sale of the NFT. I also, if I click on diamonds here, people gave me diamonds. You see Mario Fall.
Oh yeah, yeah,
You may recognize, right?
yeah.
We met on DeSo. He gave me a diamond for just because he liked the art. He didn't necessarily buy it, but I was able to monetize on the front end and the back end, and then on the back end twice. If anybody sells this, I'll make a royalty as well. And you can see people like it. And then if I go here to comments, these are all the comments that people have given me, like, oh, I love this, this is dope, blah blah blah, very
Hmm.
unique. So this social aspect combined with the NFTs is just so amazing and so unique. And I've said for a long time that NFTs were the Trojan horse into Web3. And you just see the implementation here that DeSo and Nader, did, um, you know, 2 years ago. It's amazing, and I can't wait to see what's next. So if
Yeah,
you're a small creator, case in point, if you're a small creator, show
I
me
mean,
anywhere online that you could do
Will,
these things.
you got close to 10,000 on X right now, right? And you didn't start off with that many followers on DeSo at all.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
I think you got big on DeSo, but I don't know how much money you've made from X. Have you? I don't know. I mean, I'm sure.
I made, no, that's a good question. I made,
Yeah.
well, from being a reply guy to Ed and Brian, I made $53 one month, and then Elon cut everyone's total, so it went down to 13. Then I said, what's the point of getting distracted by being a reply guy? I need to worry about my own content and producing value. So I gave up. So
Yeah.
the answer, Ash, is going forward is zero. And the growth on DeSo, I think, was very uh, real. It was visceral. It was very organic. Those were people that followed me because they wanted to follow me, right? And because they were interested about what I was creating. And it was a lot easier to forge personal relationships and friendships. It has been on DeSo, much more so than, say, on Twitter.
Yeah, the thing about people are obsessed with more subscribers, bigger audience in Web2 because you have to hit that to make any money. You don't need to do that on DeSo. Really, if you put something out there of value or innovative, like your art, William, like people are going to pay for it. They were paying for it at that time. Sure, there was a bear market, and it maybe the money wasn't flowing or liquidity wasn't flowing as much anymore. But we're entering a bull market, and we're about to launch our next killer app, which is everything we've learned over the last several years, which is basically going to be a super app for creators. And it's basically going to make a statement for the creator economy. And if you're a new creator, it's going to be an amazing app, and it's not too far away from launching. So
Yeah, that is awesome. Again, I love this ability to really hit it home. Generating extra income here just with these NFTs and things
And you
like
see,
that.
I actually put my book, I wrote a book, I put that on DeSo also, and have sold copies of my
Oh,
book. So
good.
not just NFTs, I've actually made my book into an NFT on DeSo. So
and
there's
Is that
just,
this right here? Or-
nope, go to the first one,
oh
go
yeah, I
back.
bought this off Amazon. Yeah, I've got a
Right,
copy
right.
sitting right over there actually.
oh, nice. So
Yeah.
if you scroll up, it says earned right under William.
Okay.
It says you
Oh,
earned 163 DSO.
oh, nice.
I mean, for posting on chain and making NFTs, like I think that's like pretty solid. That's more
Yes,
than
solid.
Web2 creators make in years.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so that's the concept of digital leverage. Like and that's exactly what DeSo gives you. It gives you a tremendous amount of ability to build leverage. That's a concept made famous by Naval, where he says, make if you can't code, make media. If you don't want to do media, make code. And basically both of them allow you to earn while you're asleep. Essentially, Will took his art, he put it on DeSo, and he was able to earn multiple different ways. So
Yeah.
it's very, very powerful technology. It's just a little ahead of its time, but I think the markets are starting to catch up now.
Sure. Yeah, and just a little fun story, like just to speak on Will's art here, because it's just I'm looking at this stuff. I've seen it before, but like this is just cool stuff here. And
Oh, thank you.
I can see I'll never forget when I was in Japan and I just happened to bump into Will at a train station, and like
That was
I'm
weird.
like, what?
That was
What are you
weird.
doing here, dude?
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
We're
fucking weird.
and like now that I see like a lot of these NFTs, I'm like, oh, this is and I think at the time like Will was like, I need inspiration for my art. He's going to a park or something, and like
Yeah.
I see like this Japanese inspiration in his art here, or
Yeah.
what I think
Yeah.
could be. So that's
Yeah.
really cool.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, yeah, thanks.
Yeah, and so I think that you guys have anything else that you want to bring up or talk about?
No, I think that's it. Just keep an
Okay.
eye on us. Our two biggest launches yet are just around the corner, Revolution and our next killer app. And then we're going to go into growth mode, and it's going to get really, really fun and exciting in the DeSo ecosystem. So If you want to start messing around in the ecosystem early, there's actually we've tentatively announced an airdrop, a potential airdrop with the new app as well. If you go to Natter, if you search Natter, he's the founder. There he is. Yeah. Yeah, he announced it on his Twitter. And if you go a little bit lower, and one more, one more. Yeah, I think so. But it's on his TL. You get, yeah. And yeah, there's going to be an airdrop. We're going to announce the details of it soon. So if you want to start engaging the ecosystem and getting used to it, I think now's the time.
Yeah, wonderful.
Yeah.
Guys, you can follow Ash at Invest in Digital. Definitely check him out. Will, any parting words for the audience?
No, follow me on DeSo.
Yeah.
You follow me on Twitter too, but definitely follow me on DeSo. Get in, jump in. If you're an artist, post your art and start a conversation around your creations.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Start
I will
monetizing.
I will go ahead and link to Will's NFTs store and all of his DeSo socials and all these guys. Ash, I'll have your link in the description in the pinned comment as well for everyone to check out. So Ash, Will, thanks guys. I truly appreciate your time being here to talk about DeSo. So
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
no problem. All right, guys, we'll catch you on the next one.
Yep. Bye.